Hey y'all, I'm here with a video showing you guys how to make dressing. Down south, or in my household, we call it dressing. Some people call it stuffing. I don't know the reason behind the dressing or the stuffing, but I'm going to show you guys how I and my family, which my mom, showed us how to make dressing. So what I have here is some herb seasoned classic stuffing, and it's from Pepperidge Farms. So what I'm gonna do is pour that whole bag into the bowl, and then I got here some cornbread stuffing. They also make this with Pepperidge Farms, but I couldn't find any with Pepperidge Farms. I'm up north, y'all, so I don't know if it's an up north thing, down south thing, or whatever the case may be. So I had to find some with stovetop. So I found some cornbread stuffing, and I'm just going to use this. And what this does, it makes it seem more, I guess, by scratch. Because, you know, some people make their stuffing with cornbread. So this is more of a like hometown or home style flavoring, okay? So I'm just going to pour all of that in there. So I got that whole bag of herb seasoned dressing, and then I got this whole box here of cornbread dressing. Okay, now what I do next is, what I did was I boiled some chicken thighs. I have 4 chicken thighs, y'all, and it had the skin on it, had the bones in it. And what I did was I boiled it, and this is the broth from that. I just put a little bit of salt in it. I didn't put anything in it, I just put salt in it, and then that's the broth from that. And that's warm, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour that in. And I'm going to say it's about, I'm going to say it's not enough. That's what I'm going to say, because I'm for sure this is not enough. But I'm going to say it's probably about, how many cups you guys think this is? It says 8 cups. I don't think it's 8 cups, so it was probably about 6 cups. What you guys think? Probably about 6 cups. So I know that's not going to be enough, but I'm going to go ahead and mix it up. And I'm going to mix it up with my hands. And that broth was hot, y'all. And what that hot broth does, it goes ahead and it breaks down all of the dressing and the stuffing. It just breaks it down. That's my oven, y'all. That's my oven getting preheated. My oven's preheated to 350 degrees. So what I'm doing is just mixing it up. I'm getting all that dressing mixed up. And I can already tell you that's not going to be enough broth. So I'm going to have to add some water to this, some hot water. And that's okay, you know, it's already got seasoning in it. So I'm just going to add some hot water to it. So I'm just mixing that up, getting it broken down, because that cornbread stuff, and that was like cubes. I don't normally use cubes, but because I couldn't find anything else, that's just what I had to use. Okay, this is going to be pretty soupy, but you guys, it's going to be the bomb. Okay, so alright, we got that. Next thing we're going to put in there is our onions, and this is raw onions. And the reason I put raw onions in here is because it's going to bake. It's going to get done, okay? I'm going to just put, I don't know, that's like a quarter of an onion in there. I got to save the rest of this onion for my gravy, y'all, my giblet gravy. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to put my bell peppers in there. Normally I just use green bell peppers. I didn't have enough green peppers, so I just used orange and I used red. That's what I had on hand, so that's what I used. But I'm going to use probably about a quarter, maybe a half a bell pepper. Okay. And this is all going to get baked with the dressing, okay? Just mix all that in there. The next thing I'm going to use, I boiled some gizzard and I boiled some livers, y'all. Everybody don't use this in their dressing, but my mama, she uses this in her dressing, and it is good. I like it. My family likes it. You don't have to use it in your dressing, but it's good to me. Okay? So I'm going to use about half of this because you know what? I got to save some of this. I got to save some of this for my giblet gravy. Okay? So I'm just going to put that in there and I'm going to mix it up. And y'all, I got to get some hot water. I got to put some more hot water in this. I'm not going to put my eggs in there yet. My eggs is going to get all broken down. I don't like that. I like when my eggs are a little bit whole. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be like some chunks of eggs. Let's put some chicken in there. So this is my chicken thighs. This is what I got my broth off of. So I'm going to put some of that in there. But again, I got to save some of this because I got to put it in my giblet gravy. Okay? And this was 4 chicken thighs. So I'm going to save like maybe 1 to put in my gravy. Okay? But I can see that this is not going to be enough water. I do not like my dressing to be dry. I like my dressing to be soft. Okay? I do not like dry dressing, dry stuffing. Ugh. Look how pretty that is, y'all. Look how good that looks. Okay? Alright, so let me get some hot water. I'm gonna get some hot water. I'm gonna add some hot water to this. While I'm waiting for my water to heat up, I'm just gonna add some seasoning. Just a little bit though, because the dressing or the stuffing, it already comes pre-seasoned. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt. I'm just waiting on my water to heat up over there in my sink. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt. Is that a little bit? Just a little bit of salt. And then I'm gonna add some pepper. Look, I'm just coating the top of my bowl, okay? It's gonna be good. And then the last seasoning is gonna be some sage. I really like my dressing to taste like sage. I don't know, it just gives it that Thanksgiving flavor, you know? So I just sprinkle some sage on there. The dressing, the Pepperidge Farm dressing, it already comes with sage in it, but I like it to be a little bit more sage. So I'm gonna add a little bit more sage. And you don't have to do this. I mean, it already comes pre-seasoned, so if you like that, then okay. So I'm gonna add a little bit of sage. And my water is hot. I see it steaming over here, so I'm just gonna put some in my bowl. Okay, so I'm gonna say this is about 3 or 4 cups here. Okay, and I'm just gonna add it to my dressing. Ooh, that's hot. But you need a dressing to be soupy, okay? Because when it bakes, it's just gonna like congeal. Like it's weird, but it's a bread, so it just soaks up all that liquid. And it just starts to stiffen, and if you don't put enough liquid in here, it gets dry, y'all, and I don't like that. Okay, who likes dry dressing anyway? I mean, people do put gravy on it, but it's still like you still need it to be, you know. So anyway, so look at this. To me, my mama said that it still needs some more in there. I can hear her now. It needs some more liquid in it. So let's do it. Look at there. I know some people are like mad at me right now because this is so much liquid in here, but I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna show y'all whenever it cooks and it starts to cool down. It's gonna come all together, okay? Yep, it's getting there. Put a little bit more water. Good. So this looks soupy enough to me. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna put it in a pan. Oh, you know what? Oh, I forgot the eggs, y'all. So let me put some of these eggs in there. You know, I have to say everything that goes in my dressing goes in my gravy. Well, except for the stuffing part. But everything that goes in my dressing goes in my gravy. So everything from my giblet gravy, my bell peppers, my giblets, my chicken, and my onions and my eggs all go in my gravy. So I have to save some for my gravy, y'all. So what I'm gonna do is put some of these eggs in here. That looks enough for my gravy. So I'll just save a little bit for my gravy. So I'm just gonna put some of those pieces of eggs in here. Look how soupy that is. But once it cooks, it's just gonna stiffen up, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right here and I'm gonna get some pans. Got me 2 pans here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour it in the pans. Try to pour half in this one and half in the other one. I don't want it to be too thick because if it's too thick, it's going to take forever to cook. It's going to take forever to stiffen up. And I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be waiting forever to eat Thanksgiving food. Everything is to your liking. Like, you can like this more soupy, you can like it more stiff, or whatever the case is. So you just cook it to your liking. Don't come for me on this video, okay? Because I like what I like, you like what you like. Alright? And that's just how it is. Everybody cooks to their own liking. I'm not cooking for you, I'm cooking for me and my family, alright? So what I'm gonna do is it's 350 degrees preheated. I'm gonna put it in there for 40 minutes and then I'll come back and I'll let you guys see it then. Okay? And then we'll just go from there. Alright? Alright. So 40 minutes, we'll come back and see what it looks like. Alright, we're good to go now. Put it in there. I'm only cooking 1 pan, y'all, because I just want to see how it turns out. I'm just doing this for y'all, so just 1 pan. So I put that on top of a pan, put aluminum foil on it, and it still got 35 minutes. So after 35 minutes, I'm gonna come back and show y'all what it looks like. I don't know how it's gonna be. Normally I cook mine way longer than 35 minutes or 40 minutes. Excuse me, 40 minutes. I cook mine for like an hour and a half. So we'll see how it turns out. Alright, y'all, we are back and we are getting ready to check on our dressing. It has been 40 minutes. The timer is going off, so we're gonna check it. But I can almost guarantee you that's not gonna be done. I can't even smell it. You know, they say when you smell the food, it's done. I can't even smell it. I don't even smell anything yet. So I'm pretty much sure that it's not done yet. So let's check it and see. Alright, let's put it right here. So let's take this aluminum foil. Y'all be careful because, you know, that steam escapes. It'll burn your fingers. So let's see. Woo. You see that? Like, you can kind of see that it's pulling from the edges. If you can come closer, you can kind of see that it's pulling from the edges. So it's getting done around the edges, but you see right in here that you can just tell that it's not done yet. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna probably let it cook for another 25-30 minutes just to let it get done. We're gonna cover it back up. I'm gonna put it on for another 30 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and check it. Okay, but y'all, also I have another video. I have actually my first video that I made for cooking has been on greens, on collard green. Let me put this back in the oven before I tell y'all about that, okay? So let me set the timer back for 30 minutes. Alright, so that's working. So as I was saying, my first cooking video that I made was on collard greens. One of the I don't know, one of the most controversial videos that you can make is collard greens, because nobody likes anybody's collard greens except for their own families, their own mamas, their own, you know, people's collard greens. So I did make my first video. My first video was about collard greens. If you guys want to see that, make sure you go check that video out. So it's been another 30 minutes on our stuffing slash dressing. So let's take it out of the oven and see what it looks like, okay? I hear my baby girl back there talking. Oh, that looks good. You can see that it's coming from around the sides now. Just gonna check it a little bit. Look at there. You see that? Once this starts to cool off, it's gonna start to stiffen up. Even though it's like loose right now, when it starts to cool down, it's gonna stiffen up. And it is not gonna be dry, y'all. This is not a dry dressing. It is done. As long as the onions are done, you know it's done. Let me find an onion up in here. There, you see that onion right there? That onion is translucent. That means it's done. So, as long as your onions and your not your green peppers, your bell peppers are done, this is done. Once it starts to cool down, it's going to start to stiffen up. It's not going to be dry like I guess a traditional dressing or stuffing would be. It's not going to be dry. So I can tell you right now, this is done. Once it starts to cool down, it's going to start to stiffen up. You put your gravy on top of there. You put your cranberry sauce with that. Oh my God, y'all. This is some good dressing right here. So right now, this is done. You know what? What you could do though, if you don't like for it to be like gray like this, what you can do is you can put it in the broiler and you can brown it on top. That's probably what I'll do. I'll put it in the broiler and I'll brown it on top. So let's do that, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay? All right, I'll be back. All right, so the stuffing is done. Look at that, y'all. That is some good looking dressing. That's like home style dressing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions for me, you guys make sure that you comment below. If you want me to do any other type of foods, just let me know. Just comment and I'll try it out. I mean, I'll try. I might have to do some research, but I'll try to do it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure that you subscribe, you like, you comment, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.